Hello, everyone. We're Johnny and Amy Clausen, and we are co founders of GoFam Ministries. And we are here today on Famology, hearing your questions about marriage, parenting, and family. So if you happen to have some of your own, go ahead and jump over to our website at gofam.org and head to the Famology section, and you'll find a little spot that you can write a question, and then we will have an opportunity to answer that for you.
We've been enjoying it. We take all questions.
Yes, we do.
So they can be as specific or as general as you want them to be. We will protect names and different things that way because this is, obviously a sensitive topic. However, we also want you to be raw and let us have it. And we'll do the best we can. We'll do the best we can to answer them.
So today's question is, how do you set boundaries with your kids so they don't become illegal immigrants in your marriage bond? And this is definitely from somebody who has been to our parenting course, because that's something that Johnny teaches on about the illegal immigrants. Do you want to
Well,
expand
it's a
on
little bit of
that?
a politically charged word, so
Yeah, it is,
I apologize for that.
especially now. Yep.
But sort of making the case that the marriage bond, marriage relationship is the most important primary human relationship that we
Yeah.
have on the planet. That's the way he created it to be. And so we have these children that we love, we have friends, we have coworkers, we have other people in our lives, but none of those relationships are as important as
Yeah.
husband and wife relationships.
Yeah.
And not only for our sake, but for their sake as well, because when this is healthy, the people that we actually communicate with and interchange with actually see us in our healthiest version.
Yeah.
And so they get the most healthy portion of us. And so when we open up that boundary, when it's loose, when there's no security around this relationship and other people enter in or become in the middle of the relationship, it would be akin to an illegal immigrant coming
Yeah.
in and needing to be cared for and needing to be in the middle of what we are doing. And it makes it a little bit less healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea. That's the summary of it.
I rem
So they use that term illegal immigrant not to be provoking or anything, or to be disrespectful in any way. But it's just an idea that unless we purposefully put boundaries and security around something, there's that potential
yeah.
for somebody to come in and decrease what it was meant to be.
So I remember back when I was pregnant with Jacob, our first,
Mhm.
and you were in medical school and you were very busy because that's just medical school.
Yeah.
And we had a parenting like book that we wanted to get through before we had Jake. And it was a little bit hard to find time. And I, as a 22-year-old, uh, maybe wasn't super patient. I don't know. But I remember one afternoon you had time off of work and you took the book and you packed a picnic and we went to our favorite park in Milwaukee. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. And we sat and we,
Right over Lake Michigan.
yeah, right over Lake Michigan. We had a picnic in this beautiful spot. It still makes me happy thinking about that
Yeah.
beautiful park. But anyway, we sat and read the book together. Do you remember that?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I remember the park. I wouldn't have remembered the book.
Yeah, so
But
but it was,
yeah,
I mean, it was probably, 29 and a half years
it
ago
was a
that we
little
did
while
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, from that book, I remember one line, and it
Mm.
was, your children are a welcome member of your family, but they're not the center of it.
Hmm.
And I feel like that applies right here
Yeah.
to, yes, we welcome our children, but the world doesn't begin to spin around them. Actually, in the family unit, the husband and the wife are at that center core, and kids actually don't want to be in the middle, even though they attempt to be. And
Yeah, they're just trying to find out what the boundary is
yeah,
because they don't come with an instruction manual and they don't tell us
no,
what they're thinking or behaving all the time.
no,
And so we set up boundaries for them, not
yeah,
against them, for their security. And so they're trying to find out what it is.
yeah,
And so when we demonstrate that very clearly that this is the most important relationship,
yeah,
and it doesn't make them less than,
no,
it just actually just brings things into alignment in the way that it was created to be.
yeah,
And again, the key is that there's health, and when there's health in a marriage, the children feel that.
yeah,
And so one thing we always say is that the number one thing you can do for your children, number one, is have a healthy marriage. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what they're looking for. And boy, I'm telling you, folks, when you look at the culture as it is today, there's a lot of insecurity when
Yeah.
it comes to marriage and people, young people's young people's parents and the way they treat each other and the statistics about divorce and the
Yeah.
things that are happening. It's an uncertain world, and so these kids are injected into that. They see that in their culture, and they feel a lot of insecurity just because of
Yeah.
what the culture is showing them.
Yeah.
And so one thing that we can do, the number one thing we can do, is just demonstrate them that we take this very seriously,
Yeah.
this marriage thing, and that we're in it for the long haul, and that we're
Yeah.
not abandoning each other or them. And as they see that security, the hormones in their brain, the neurons in their brain
Yeah.
get hardwired to know that they don't ever have to think about that.
Yeah.
That's not something that they ever have to carry, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. It's good. And I think it's important to note that especially with young kids, they are innately selfish. I mean, they when you are a child or childish, that selfishness is kind of innate. They can't see the world from your perspective yet when they're little. And that's part of what we have to do as parents is help them see things a little bit more outside of themselves because the toddler wants the toy, they take the toy. They have no concept of sharing